here with Daniel Hubbard from Real Deal Exteriors, the premier exterior contractor in North Alabama. Daniel, I noticed on your website you say that you can get a new roof on your home for no out-of-pocket other than perhaps an insurance deductible. How does that work?
We've had recent storms that have caused damage to the area, and that track of hail damage or wind is usually called a catastrophe area, and it's something that's put together from the insurance company's data that declares a certain area catastrophic in damage. That means most of the houses are susceptible to damage in this area, and it's based on zip code usually or location. So a lot of times your insurance company is aware of the fact that you've had damage, but they don't initiate the call. You know, it's like having a car accident. They don't know you had one, so you have to call. Typically you'll already have a roofer that's been taking care of your home, or an exterior contractor such as ourselves that takes care of your needs, or a friend or family, and then you have them come out and inspect your home for the hail related damage, or even sometimes wind related damage. And typically that knowledge that we've acquired from doing many hundreds of claims is the criteria for each insurance company. Depending on the insurance company dictates the potential for replacement, or the damage requirements for that insurance company's replacement. So we understand the insurance company's guidelines. So with our inspection, we can usually tell whether or not your insurance company will or will not replace it, or if your home's in even need of repair or replacement, through the inspection.
Now, if I call you and you come out and you say, I do believe that this is a good candidate for that, do you take care of stuff? Do I have to go up on a roof with the inspector, or how does that work?
No, that's the relationship part of doing business with Real Deal Exteriors, is that we're not only going to inspect your home, but part of the taking care of your home's need process is meeting with the adjuster, pointing out the damage that I found that warranted you calling your insurance company to have them also inspect it to see if it needs to be repaired or replaced. They have a responsibility as your insurance carrier to protect the home for you and your insurance company. For your mortgage company. So they have an investment that's their responsibility to protect.
Sure.
And one of the most important elements to protect your home is the roof system and its ability to protect the home. So even in some cases where it's not wind or storm related, it could be age related. Your roof has maybe met the timeline of protecting the home, and their responsibility as an insurance carrier is to protect that property and replace that roof because it's non-repairable. So some roofs may be replaced just because it's old, not even just because of wind or storm damage.
So if they say, okay, I guess my focus as a homeowner is on this out-of-pocket stuff. Do I have to start paying you money? How does all this work?
The process, of course, with the insurance company is they're paying the majority of the claim. They're going to come out, and everything today is done on fair market pricing, which is software that's generated nationally that tells the price for that month in that zip code for the repair or replacement cost of whatever work that they recommend that needs to be done. With that meeting that I have with the adjuster upon their inspection, is I go over, as an advocate for the homeowner, is I make sure that the insurance company has thoroughly inspected the property and covered a repair or replacement of anything that had sudden evident damage. And basically I'm working for the homeowner, and the adjuster works for the insurance company. And once we agree to the scope of damages, the pricing, and like I said, of course, is all off of software, so we agree upon the price, and typically they'll release a check within a week for the initial replacement of your home, which is called the first check, and it's held out. They held out a depreciation amount. That means the age of the home dictates the amount of depreciation. So the newer the home, the lower the depreciation. The older the home, the higher depreciation would be. And depreciation is basically like leverage to make sure that the work is performed.
I gotcha.
Once you sign a contract and the work has been performed, and you file a certificate of completion with the insurance company to release what they call depreciation.
So
now that's going to be.
I need to understand.
Okay.
Just stop you a bit. So if the insurance company comes out and says, yes, you need a new roof, and there's $10,000 worth of stuff, then you'll do the job for what amount they say?
Absolutely.
And then let's say that my home, like mine is old, they would give me a first check, maybe what, $6,000 or something?
It's
like
usually
that?
based on the percentage of the depreciation.
And then, so that check comes to me.
That's correct.
And then
typically the check comes one of two ways. If you own the home outright and you don't have a mortgage on it, the check will be made to you solely. And if the home has a mortgage on it, the mortgage company also, as partners in the house, will be the secondary recipient of the check. And you'll have to go through the process from your mortgage company, having them to sign off, and then once that returns, we usually perform the work, and that's the only check we ask for when we complete the job, is the first check from the insurance company, because we don't want you to pay anything you don't have yet.
I see. So you'll come and do the work as soon as you get the first check?
No, I'll do the work as soon as you get the first check. That way we know when we're done that we get the first check from the insurance company.
I see.
Yeah, it's already gone through the process of getting endorsed by the mortgage company, and we've already agreed on the scope of work and the colors and scheduled date. And then once that check comes, of course, that guarantees us our material and some of our, some of our cost. And then we wait for the second check. We'll file all the paperwork with the insurance company, approval for estimates. We'll also get the certificate of completion showing all work's been completed. That would release your depreciation, and then when you get your check, of course, you would send it to our company if all things are, acceptable and work performed up to your standards, and you will at that time receive the depreciation will be withheld. The deductible will be withheld from that amount, and the deductible is another part of the insurance company that is. Or the insurance claim process, there's your amount that you pay the contractor. It's the part that the insurance company, like a copay.
I see.
So that's your part that you're supposed to pay the contractor.
So really it isn't coming out of my pocket. I just take the check from the insurance company and pass it on to you.
Absolutely.
And you do all the work in dealing with the insurance
I deal with the adjusters, and I deal with the closing adjusters at the offices, and then, of course, closing out your claim with the mortgage company. And sometimes they'll have paperwork that we'll need to fill out in order for, for the work to be closed out.
So from my side, all I need to do is pick up the phone and call you, and then from your side, if I understood right, I call you, you take care of the insurance company coming out, and then when do you begin the work?
Like I was saying before, it's typically the process of getting the first check dictates when we start.
I see. Okay. So as soon as I get the first check, you begin the work, and that takes.
Usually it's a one-day process to perform the roof replacement. On a standard size home. Some of your larger homes, of course, would be 2 days, and then once the work's completed, we'll at that time ask for payment for what you've got. From the insurance company first check, and then when you're done, you close out with the depreciation and your deductible, which is the part you're supposed to pay.
So then again, I still don't have to do anything. You go ahead and let the insurance company know that it's done, and again, all I have to do is just give you the check.
Yep.
So it really is a pretty easy process for me as the homeowner.
Absolutely.
Make the one phone call and everything happens from there.
Yep, we make it quick and painless. We've done this, hundreds of times, and that's where we not only do we have the roof replacement experience necessary to perform the work, but also the handling of your insurance.
And there's no extra charge for you doing all this processing that drives me crazy in my mind thinking about it?
Yeah, and that's the thing about it, is what's overwhelming to a homeowner, a first-time experience is standard, procedure with our company. We've done, 600 or 700 claims over the years of being in business. So we've got a relationship with not only the insurance company, but a lot of the adjusters that come out. So it really makes the process smooth and efficient when you have good relationships with the people you've been doing business with.
It sounds pretty painless.
Oh yes, quick and painless, and then back it all with a lifetime warranty.
I guess that is why you say get real.
If your home could talk, it would tell you get real deal exteriors.